Good morning. Today we will discuss regarding robot drive systems. The drive systems provide power to the entire robot systems. The robot's capacity to move its body, arm and wrist is provided by the drive system used to power the robot. The drive system determines the speed of the arm movements, the strength of the robot, and its dynamic performance. A robot will require a drive system for moving their arm, wrist, and body. The joints are moved by actuators powered by a particular form of drive system. A drive system can also be used to determine the capacity of a robot. There are three different types of drive systems available, such as hydraulic drive system, pneumatic drive system, and electric drive system. So these are the types of drive systems: hydraulic drive, electric drive, pneumatic drive, and one more that is added. It is advanced actuators. So first we will see what is hydraulic drive. A hydraulic drive system is a quasi-hydrostatic drive or transmission system that uses pressurized hydraulic fluid to power hydraulic machinery. A hydraulic drive system consists of three parts. First is the generator, for example, a hydraulic pump driven by an electric motor. Second, valves, filters, and piping, etc., that is used to guide and control the system. And third, the actuator. For example, the hydraulic motor or hydraulic cylinder that is used to drive the machinery. So the hydraulic drive is generally associated with larger robots. The usual advantage of the hydraulic drive system are that it provides the robot with greater speed and strength. The disadvantage of this system is larger floor space is required and leakage of the oil. Hydraulic drive systems can be designed to actuate either rotational joints or linear joints. Rotary vane actuator can be utilized to provide rotary motion, and hydraulic pistons can be used to accomplish linear motion. So the applications of hydraulic drive are spray coating robot, heavy part loading robot, material handling robot, translatory motions in Cartesian robot, and gripper mechanism. So this is an example of the hydraulic drive system. So you can see how that linear actuator moves the robotic arm that is given in this example. Another the same example, but whole system it is shown in this example. So you can see the reservoir, then the hydraulic pump, and that pressure it is utilized to actuate the linear actuator, and that with the help of linear actuator we can move the robot arm. Another example of hydraulic drive system that is shown, how that actuator it is moved in a forward and reverse direction by using the control valves and by using the hydraulic fluid. It is shown in this example. Another example, that is the hydraulic brakes. Then the another linear actuator, it is a spring return cylinder, it is shown, and the fluid that is shown by the yellow color, and the inlet and outlet port that is shown. Another example of the hydraulic drive system, it is shown here. Then next is pneumatic drive system. So pneumatic systems use air as the medium, which is abundantly available and can be exhausted into the atmosphere after completion of the assigned task. The pneumatic drive systems are especially used for the small type robots which have less than 5 degrees of freedom. So pneumatic drive. So first we will see the component of pneumatic drive systems. So you can see the intake filter, then the compressor, cooler, separator, receiver, and then with the help of control valve, the filter air or compress air, it is entered into the through the inlet of the actuator, which will move the piston in a forward direction. So all the components that are shown here for the pneumatic system or pneumatic drive system. So the components of drive systems. So first is air filters. So these are used to filter out the contaminants from the air. Then the compressor, that is used to compress the incoming air. Then air cooler. So during compression operation, air temperature increases. Therefore, coolers are used to reduce the temperature of the compressed air. Then the dryer. So that is used to remove the water vapor and or the moisture in the air. Then the control valves, that is used to regulate, control and monitor for control of direction, flow and pressure. Then air actuator. So air cylinders and motors are used to obtain the required movements of mechanical elements of pneumatic system. Electric motor, that transforms electrical energy into mechanical energy. It is used to drive the compressor. And receiver tank, that is the compressed air coming from the compressor is stored in the air receiver. So all these are the components of the pneumatic drive system and its function that is given in this slide. Then so pneumatic drive is generally reserved for small robots that possess fewer degrees of freedom, that is 2 to 4 joint motion. So these robots are often limited to simple pick and place operations with fast cycles. So pneumatic power can be readily adapted to the actuation of piston devices to provide translational movement of the sliding joints. It can also be used to operate rotary actuators for rotational joints. That is used to open and close the gripper. So this is an example of pneumatic drive that is shown here, that is operated by compressed air. Another example of operating the linear actuator by using the compressed air. Another application that is used in a packing operation, and both these actuators, one actuator it is or both the actuators that is used to move the box in a container, and that is operated by air, compressed air. Another example, that is a gripper, and it is pneumatically operated, or you can say it is a clamp. Then third drive, it is electric drive systems. So the electric drive systems are capable of moving robots with high power or speed. The actuation of this type of robot can be done by either DC servo motors or DC stepping motors. So this is a block diagram of electric drive system that is shown. So electric drive systems do not generally provide as much speed or power as hydraulic system. So electric drive that consists of rotor, stator, brush and commutator assembly. So rotor has got winding of armature and stator has got magnets, The brush and the commutator assembly switch the current in armature winding. However, the accuracy and repeatability of electric drive robots are usually better. Consequently, electric robots tend to be smaller, requiring less floor space, and their application tend toward more precise work such as assembly. Electric drive robots are actuated by DC stepping motors or DC servo motors. These motors are ideally suited to the actuation of rotational joints through appropriate drive train and gear systems. Electric motors can also be used to actuate linear joints by using translational mechanisms. So this is a electric drive system that is shown in this slide by using the servo motor. Another example of electric drive system, how the actuator moves the robotic arm, that is shown here by using electric drive. Then the one more drive system, that is called actuators. So actuators can be categorized by the energy source they require to generate motion. For example, hydraulic actuators are liquid or use liquid to generate motion. Pneumatic actuators use compressed air to generate motion, and electric actuators use an external power source such as battery to generate a motion. So hydraulic actuators, you can see the diagram of hydraulic actuators, how the hydraulic fluid that is used to drive or to move the actuator, you can see here. So advantages of hydraulic actuator, these are rugged and suited for high force applications. So they can produce forces 25 times greater than the pneumatic cylinders of equal size. So hydraulic actuator can hold force and torque constant without the pump supplying more fluid or pressure due to incompressibility of fluids. Then disadvantages, there is a leakage of fluid problem. So like pneumatic actuators, loss of fluid leads to less efficiency. However, hydraulic fluid leaks lead to cleanliness problems and potential damage to surroundings, components and areas. So hydraulic actuators require many parts including fluid reservoir, motor, pump, release valve, heat exchangers along with noise reduction equipment. So this makes for linear motion systems that are large and difficult to accommodate. Then pneumatic actuator. So pneumatic actuators are devices used for converting pressure energy of compressed air into mechanical energy to perform useful work. So these are the types of pneumatic actuators. Three types of pneumatic actuators. They are linear actuator or pneumatic cylinders, rotary actuators or air motors, and limited angle actuators. At the bottom, the diagrams of that type of pneumatic actuators that is shown at the bottom. Then advantages. So simplicity, that is the main advantage of the pneumatic actuator. So it generates precise linear motion by providing accuracy. So pneumatic actuators typical applications involve areas of extreme temperatures. And in terms of safety and inspection by using air, pneumatic actuators avoid using hazardous materials. So they meet explosion protection and machine safety requirements because they create no magnetic interference due to their lack of motors. Disadvantages, there are the pressure losses, and air's compressibility make pneumatics less efficient than other linear motion methods. Even though the air is easily available, it can be contaminated by oil or lubrication, leading to downtime and maintenance. Then electric actuators. So electric actuators are devices powered by motor that converts electrical energy to mechanical torque. So types of electric actuators, there are three types: DC motors, AC motors, and stepper motors. So DC motor is an electric motor that runs on direct current electricity. AC motors, it is an electric motor driven by an alternating current, and stepper motors is a brushless DC electric motor that divides a full rotation into a number of equal steps. Advantages. So electrical actuators offer the highest precision control positioning. Their setups are scalable for any purpose or force requirement and are quite smooth and repeatable. In terms of noise, they are quieter than pneumatic and hydraulic actuators. And because there are no fluid leaks, environmental hazards are eliminated. And disadvantages: the initial unit cost of an electrical actuator is higher than that of pneumatic and hydraulic actuators. Electric actuators are not suited for all environments, unlike pneumatic actuators, which are safe in hazardous and flammable areas. A continuously running motor will overheat, increasing wear and tear on the reduction gear, and the motor can also be large and create installation problems. So this is robots drive systems. Thank you.